was.
It was mine. I mean, honestly, people don't even necessarily have an eighth of a teaspoon in their little set sometimes. And so the fact that this idea just what I think a lot about is how to make it easier on people because when you're changing their routine, it just one little problem or you know if I have to go even to if I do have an eighth of a teaspoon, but I have to go open that drawer and get it out, I'm less likely to actually use it, right? And so if you put a cute little spoon right in your coffee bar and right next to your coffee dust, then you're going to be a lot more likely to use it. And so I think about that from a customer experience perspective, but our goal is and I've just crystallized this recently, is to help 1 million people have healthier, more joyful mornings, whether that is, using coffee dust or your own spices. So how, helping people get over those humps of okay, this stuff is good for you. Cinnamon is amazing for you. Cardamom and turmeric and all of these spices have real scientific evidence behind them that they're good for your body in some way. And so how do we help people change their habits a little bit, even if they're not buying coffee dust, just using the spices that they've got at home?
Yeah, and you know what? We forget that so much. It's like there's a reason why spices were actual currency back in the day, hundreds of years ago. I mean, people like fought wars over
Yeah.
things like cinnamon and stuff like that. It made a difference to people. And it's funny now we're just like, yeah, cinnamon, whatever, we can buy it anywhere. But it really does add such a different flavor profile and a different feeling to the coffee too, which I loved because, like, again, I don't like sugary drinks. I don't want syrups. All of the big brand coffee shops out there, which I won't even mention because I refuse to give big brands free promos. If somebody even says to me, "Oh, I'm going to such and such place, I'll buy you a coffee. What do you want?" I'm like, "No, I don't even want a free coffee from that place because they're so revolting to me." I'm like, "I don't need any of that stuff that's in there. I prefer to have my own cup of coffee that I make or my cup of tea and know what's in it and just to have that little bit of kick, which is so nice."
Yeah.
And you're right, changing somebody's behavior can be very complicated. So I did love, because when I first looked at the package, I didn't notice the spoon at first. And I read the directions and it said an eighth. And I thought to myself, like you, do I even have an eighth teaspoon somewhere? And then, of course, I opened the box. I'm like, oh, God, thank God she included it. I don't have to dig through my drawer. And then it also made me realize how much a little goes a long way. People who don't know what an eighth of a teaspoon looks like, it is freaking tiny. And then you look at it and you look at these little, again, I'm holding up the package, these little tiny containers, and you think to yourself, oh my God, I only need a tiny, tiny bit in my coffee. So it lasts forever. So listen, I love the fact that it is cost economic. It's not like making me spend $9 on a coffee. Can we please talk about that? I mean, how much coffee is these days?
Yeah.
Like going to like even get a latte at somewhere in LA, no lie, you get a regular 12-ounce latte, it is 9.50.
And I get it. I mean, these little coffee shops are getting squeezed because the price of coffee beans is just soaring over time, right? In the last year, I think it's doubled, right? And I feel for them, but I recognize that a lot of people are not going to be able to afford this habit that is very much ingrained in them. And so I do love that, hey, you can go make something fun. It doesn't have to just be drip coffee. You can make drip coffee and still add some coffee dust to it. And